have found that, when you're doing business with people, you're really doing business with the companies, but also with the people. So I wanted to just give you a little bit of an overview of myself. I'm Cary, and I've worked here at CORT for about 10 years now. Went to college up in Moorhead. I worked for Enterprise Rent-A-Car for about 5 years. That's kind of an interesting tidbit. It was my business development acumen there. I've worked with hundreds of small business owners, facility managers, coordinators, all these folks that have some sort of transition in common. And small business owners are definitely a group of folks that are going through transition. Here's my cute pictures. I've got a 5-year-old named Joey. We spend a lot of time in Otter Tail County in the summertime. And I have a mission statement. I found that in the different roles that I've had, I've always taken the time to kind of write a personal mission statement. And I really want to do whatever's best, again, for the company and find the right solution and do it in a manner that makes you feel good about dealing with CORT and doing business with me. My goals here are just basically to give you an option. A rental option. You might not have considered it before. Most people don't even know that it exists. Things to consider when you're buying used furniture. There's a good used furniture market out there right now. It actually is kind of like the retail space. It's starting to kind of tighten up a little bit, but you can still find some good deals. And then since I have you here as a captive audience, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we do here at CORT. I don't know if you're aware, we're a Berkshire Hathaway company. And Warren Buffett tells us that successful investing means knowing when to buy, when to sell, and also when to rent. Our credentials, basically, we have been in this business for over 40 years. We're doing business in 58 countries. Across the country, we have 120 showrooms. We can service about 80% of the country. We have a big national account program for some big clients. We work with the GSA schedule, and we have over $3 million in furniture across the country, so we have lots of warehouses. Everything that we do is really kind of emergency room. Everything is delivered really fast. We have a quick pace of business here. When working with small business owners, we've worked with them for a number of years, and we've developed an understanding about what small business owners are looking for. We know that small business owners, when they're making that step into new space, they are making a lot of additional investments into equipment we talked about, new technologies. They're trying to maintain that revenue stream and have some cash flow. New space, new employees, these are all new demands on your time, and things change awful quickly. You've signed that new space, and it's a big commitment. It's a big milestone. You might not have a credit history if you're a small business. A lot of times if you don't have at least a couple of years of credit history, it makes it awful hard to borrow money or get services for your business. And business owners, I love working with small business owners because they're open for consultants. They want somebody to help them out, and they need somebody to help them out finding the contractors, finding the painters, kind of putting it all together. So it's a fun client to work with. The rental program that we offer here for the office furniture or commercial furniture, it's really not a long-term strategy. It's really for a customer that is starting out, maybe moving into their new space. It might be an executive suite. It might be their own brick-and-mortar building. But they are looking at a solution for 2 months to 24 months. They anticipate during that period of time there's going to be some changes, and they're not certain if they're going to be in that space after 24 months. So really, when you're looking at that business plan, if there's a big difference between where you're starting now and where you're going to be in a couple of years, rental might be a good solution to look at. These are just all some benefits of a rental plan. The initial cash outlay is a lot lower. The delivery is 2 business days. We deliver very immediately. There's a lot of flexibility. We kind of add and subtract as we go along. The taxes are treated a little bit different. The bank looks at you a little bit different because it's not a capital expenditure anymore. And the credit terms are easier. So to give you just an example, the items in this picture, just for a nice reception area, maybe a conference room, moderate pricing if you were going to go out and buy these pieces would be around $5,200. Reception desk, conference tables, and reception. That doesn't include any office furniture yet. And you can see the furniture when you walk in. You know, we've got everything is nice commercial grade product. To rent all of those pieces, it's about $350 a month. The small business owner pays $350 a month. up front, plus the delivery fee, which includes the tail end. And we have you up and running, looking very professional, and you don't own the furniture. So in some instances, that's advantageous. You don't want to have a bunch of ownership in office furniture, unless you know you're going to be there for a long time. So I like to ask folks, what's the vision? Do you have a vision of what you want your office to look like? If you're a marketing firm, or you have some high-tech, maybe you're a social media company, or you have an image that you want to achieve, you can go to the big 5 furniture dealers in town, and they will show you some beautiful things. Everything is translucent, chocolate, but when you walk away from there and they tell you how much this is going to cost, it throws small business people for a loop. I get a lot of folks that come in from the Target store over off of Penn. I love Target. I do a lot of business with them. They rent furniture for me, but they come in here with a $10,000 office furniture quote, and they're like, gosh, I just can't handle this right now. So we'll set them up on a furniture rental program. It might be $700 a month. They pay me the $800 for plus $160 for delivery, out the door, and then you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it for 12 months. You just kind of get on, go about your business. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. This is the ideal, but if you look at renting, this is what I can do rental. For the first year of your business, would this situation work okay? That rents for about $300 a month. Again, it's flexible. You kind of add, subtract as you go. If something breaks, you don't own it, we'll replace it. And sometimes it's nice to kind of test drive things. If you don't know exactly, you're not exactly sure what you want to have down the road, you can try a couple of different things out. The tax treatment's a little bit different. I usually advise people to talk to their accountants because I'm not an expert in that, but I know that since you don't have an ownership situation with the furniture, that you're not paying the taxes on it. Oh, I'm stuck. There we go. And your balance sheet improves basically because the rental obligations are seen as an expense. So it is not underneath your capital expenditures. And the credit terms are also easier. We know that you're a startup company, you might not have a couple of years of credit online, so we'll extend you the credit and allow you to build your credit. If, in fact, the business, goes under, or you no longer need the furniture, we'll come and pick it up. It's not. What am I trying to say? We'll just come out and repossess the furniture, and you'll wind up paying a month's security deposit. It's kind of like losing your apartment. It's not going to wind up where you're paying something that you signed your life away on, and now they're coming after you with attorneys. And sustainability is a really big buzzword in our industry right now. And renting furniture is really a sustainable solution. It kind of goes with the ebb and flow. We get it back, we recondition it, we kind of keep the life cycle going. As far as used furniture goes, you can go out to Craigslist. You can find different desks, files, chairs out there from companies that have gone under, and the liquidators will go in and pick some items up. You can get some great deals. I'm not going to discourage you from going out and picking them up, but I want to just make you think about, again, your business plan. Where do you intend on going? Make sure that if you're going to buy that $30 chair, you know who made the chair and where you can get a caster if one breaks. A lot of times, if you're in a certain space and you're sitting there with a nice big U desk, and it wraps around this way and it fits beautifully into your office, and 12 months later you're moving over next door, but all of a sudden you need the desk to go this way, that you can't just take the desk apart and move it and put it back together at the opposite configuration. They're not built like that. So you don't want to have a dinosaur, basically is what I'm trying to say. You'll have to pay somebody to take that desk away. So if you think flexibility is a must, then really consider if you're really getting the deal that you want. Oops. I'm going to need somebody to help me with this.